Fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. All right, I want to talk from Kemetic spirituality and Kemetic priesthood, and I guess the whole thing is being, set off by the people that we have out there that are what we call so-called leaders. And I know I've spoke about this topic before because it is a very important topic simply because of the fact that it's one of the things that holds us back and also keeps us divided. Of course, my prayer meditation has been completely about the elders and the ancestors. And the reason why it's been about the elders and the ancestors is because that's what the impartation spiritually has been to me. We have several different things going on. First of all, and hold on before I say that, it's all based upon our moral compass, or just even with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, people like that, the focus was always on moral authority, being able to be morally correct and being able to be morally responsible in pretty much every situation. I'm not going to say, generation by generation, yeah, there have been transgressions as far as our moral fiber. We're also we're in a different time period as well because of the fact that there's a whole bunch of people out here who are now waking up, and so we're getting out of organized. A lot of us are getting out of organized religion. Okay, but then so that also leaves a gap. Because one of the main questions is people come at me. One of the main questions, well, how do I pray? How do I meditate? How do I study? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I think that a lot of it has to do, if you're not a real, most people in the church, a lot of them are followers. And so the church has its own vernacular, and it's very simple and it's very easy to follow the whole thing in church. All right. But then when you get out here, you're sort of like a spiritual free agent. You don't know exactly what to do. Okay, but here's the thing. You have the 42 negative confessions of Ma'at. All right, so so that's why I always say that's a good place to start. I'm not saying that that's everything, but as far as knowing a moral compass, what is your moral fiber? What is morality? So what do we have going on right now? We have the whole Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion thing, talking about their private parts and all that kind of stuff. But see, you have to understand what they're trying to do is, once again, they're trying to break our queens down into sexual objects, which is not what they are. They're spiritual objects, and they're the conduit between the universe and the earth realm. Okay, and so they're the conduit, and that's why I always talk about these type of things as far as, if there is such thing as God, then the woman will be closer to God than the man would. Why? Because she gives life, and so because she gives life, she's in touch with different spiritual aspects that a man is not in touch with. Once again, every time you see the statues or in Kemetic terms, and even in a lot of other countries, the whole thing is the woman always has her arm around the man. It has the seat of the king upon her head. All right, which means that she's the foundation and the support. But when we don't look at our women as that, then that's when we start to slip up. And then I'm always reminded, because I studied the Bible for so many years, and I'm always reminded that, a lot of the stories, especially Old Testament stories about women, you see the double meaning behind, like Rahab. like Rahab, and which where we get all these words: rehabilitation, reconcile, all these other words that we get from them. But I guess what it's saying is, it's sort of like saying, okay, well, it's all right to do this stuff, but it's not really all right. So, and so that's what we have. So we have women, we have young girls that are looking up. It's better to know. It's like right now, they got us in a situation where it's better to learn how to twerk and all this kind of stuff because girls believe that that's how they're going to get paid, or that's how they're going to succeed in life. It's not that, and because who they see, okay, the people who are the richest, who have the most material wealth and material possession. What do they have? They have, they're like running around half naked, everything else, talk about they savage and all this kind of, even the vernacular, the words that they use to describe themselves, slang and all this kind of stuff, and it's like they're demonic, evil words. And once again, the root word of spelling is spell. So what words do, if you repeat them enough, just like, okay, and it's all started basically from the 80s, okay, the gangster rap. Well, in fact, I'll say the 70s. So it started from black exploitation movies, then it moved into gangster rap, because when we think about the gangster rappers, what did they do? They took the names and the vernacular from the black exploitation films, and they took it up to another level. And now sexually, it's going to a whole new level. And as we, you can look at history, you can look at whatever you want. You can listen to the music, you can go and watch these movies or whatever. But if you don't understand what the systemic racist white supremacist part to it, then you don't understand. So when people get mad at us for saying, what they call it anti-Semitic stuff or whatever, we're not getting mad at that. We're getting, why is it okay to sacrifice my people, but you're not gonna see that, you're not gonna see yourself sacrificed in that manner, okay? And they're not, and then we have been, I heard this other guy talk about how we've been systemically programmed to buy this stuff and to buy into it, saying that it's our culture, but technically it's American culture. It's not really African culture. And once again, before you were anything else, you were African, or you were Alkebula. All right. So for people to sit up there and to try to take this stuff out of the context that it's really in, because what they want to do is they want to make money, and they want to drive people into the, it's like, look, into the abyss. Look at these people. And women, there have always been beautiful women in show business, and there always been, all this stuff, but you never saw, like you can go back and you never saw certain things out of women that you see now, and saying the things that they're saying now, and doing the things that they're saying now. So you have to realize that's not, that is just not the right thing. All right, and so that's what they're doing. And the same thing with these so-called leaders, like Kanye West and like Nick Cannon and like all these. They're young people, and they're Pied Pipers, and they're willing to take the bag. That's the thing. They don't care. They're willing to take the money. Why? Because that's their only motivation. Their motivation is not to empower young people. Their motivation is to try to destroy young people. And the thing about it is, they might not even be aware of it. I'm sure at this point they should be, but if they're not, that's even worse. That you got people telling you what to say, what to do, and all it is drawing in young, impressionable minds into the fray. That's all it's doing. So from speaking from the standpoint of being a Kemetic priest, you have to say, look, you can't continue to live, in this kind of method, because why? Because it's destroying people out there. You know, y'all think all of this stuff with the child, you know, the child trafficking, child pornography, pedophilia, all of these things, homosexuality, all of these things that are being made to seem like they're acceptable within our society. There is it's just the moral decay of our society. So what's happening is all of this stuff, you know, your ancestors and your elders did not perform that way or act that way. And I realize over time, music and entertainment, you know, has ratcheted down, you know, a few notches, and things are not the same as they used to be. You know, and it's all to keep us involved and to keep us dumbed down. Because if I can put you into a certain mode, I already took you out of the game. All I got to do is you know, if I put you in Cardi B, Meg the Stallion mode, but but to them that's the baddest woman to be, right? They got money, I got this, I got that, you know, I got this car, I got this, I got this house, I got that, but morally and with it and having integrity, all of that stuff. That's all. But and then that's another thing. They even put that up there as being false. You know, the integrity and the morality and everything that they so-called have, you know, is hypocritical. Because we all know that really, if you really want to keep it 100, they don't have no integrity. Because they'll do anything for money. So, and that's the whole thing. It's like, and black people are notorious for that. I mean, really, because, you know, just like Nick Cannon went in there, sat down with them Jewish rabbis, sat down there with that rabbi and this, that, and the other thing. And what did he do? He sold out. Kanye West, what is Kanye West doing? He's selling out because the only thing that they really have left is voter suppression. They know that they are not the majority. You know, they can't walk around and say minority and blah, da, 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 da. You know, they can't, because they know that it's not true. And they know that their population, you know, a lot of this stuff just breaks down to strictly numbers and just population. What can, you know, what are they able to do and what are they not able to do? That's what a lot of it just breaks down to. And as long as we keep on believing that we're the minority, see, we've been brainwashed into believing that in some way, shape, form, or fashion that we're the minority. Because why? Because they told us. You know, they kept telling us, "Oh, you guys are the minority." But really, in actuality, if we all get together and register and vote and do what we got to do, I mean, there's no way that we can be stopped. Our whole existence exists in apathy or fear. That's where we exist. We exist in apathy. Oh, you know, and all this stuff that's going around now. Oh no, I'm not going to vote. Or they're running candidates. And even Kanye West has admitted, you know, that you know the Republicans are paying him to run this campaign, so he'll split some of the young black voters who they know are not smart. So they playing you. And you don't mind being played, but you're being played. You know, you always people walk around talking about how big, bad, and tough they are, but you're being played and you're not even trying to do nothing about it. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's what's going on. We're being played. Oh yeah, we got, you know, everybody knows. Would you really want Kanye West to be the president of the United States? I mean, for real. I mean, just ask yourself that one question, right? You know, or you know, I mean, yeah, you know, Nick Cannon is a television producer, but he is not a politician. You know, that's the thing. It's like, come on, producing Wild 'N Out, you know, is not the same thing as, you know, producing political power and authority for the country. It's a whole different ball. It's not even the same ball game. But they always want to put us in the entertainment. If you're an entertainer, then all of a sudden you become a politician and you become, you know, so smart or whatever. Anyway, Fast 15 minutes is up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit all the buttons for me. But most of all, hit the love button for each other. I love you.